What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about silver for the long term and what some of my plans are for when silver's low, when silver's a little bit high, or when the premium's high, or when the spot price is really high, and some of my tactics and plans and ideas for the long term. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. The link will be in the description, trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merch can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today I wanted to talk about silver for the long term and what some of my views are when it comes to silver. I know everyone sees silver in a different way. Silver is silver at the end of the day, but a lot of people view it differently. Some people have different goals, some people have different objectives. People are stacking for different reasons. Some people are stacking for just long-term savings. Some people are stacking strictly so that they can give it to their kids and or their grandkids. Some people are stacking for other reasons. Everyone has a different reason for stacking, and I get a lot of comments for people saying like, oh, you're not a real stacker if this, or a lot of people are doing that, therefore they're not real stackers. There's no rule book. There's no guidelines to how to quote unquote be a silver stacker. You stack whatever you want, how much you want, as often as you want, do whatever you want. That's how I like to live my life. But for me personally, my goal is to stack for the long term. And yes, ideally in a perfect world, I would like to stack as aggressively as possible over the next couple of decades. I don't want a pile of silver. I want an absolute mountain of silver. And the reason for this is not for profit by any means. I just want to save my money. I am not stacking silver. I do not pick up silver coins to profit. I pick them up just to save my money, preserve my wealth. That's it. It's a physical savings account. It's a physical retirement fund. But that's just the way I see it. You don't have to agree with me. And I would like to continue stacking for as long as possible. And me personally, I have plenty of time. I mean, I have a couple of decades to go before I even have to think about retiring. So for me, I'm in no hurry. I'm not in a rush. So with silver right now being at a pretty solid price, however, premiums are almost like a mirror image of the spot price. I just went on like 2 days ago just to check out to see what's in stock, what's still out of stock. Spot price was just over 15 bucks, and if I wanted to pick up a silver eagle, I was looking at $30 and change. Personally, I'm not interested in paying a $15 premium. I'm used to $1, $2, maybe $3 premiums. I'm not against $4 or $5 premiums, but 15, that's just not for me. I don't have a problem taking a step back. I don't have an issue sitting on the sidelines just for the time being. And the way I see it, and I'm only going to speak for myself over here, but I would also like to go ahead and assume that this is also the overwhelming majority of the people who are watching right now. Silver is not the only thing I have going on in my life. My life does not consist of just coins, 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 coins. Like, I have way more going for myself. I have way more things to do. And I would just go ahead and assume that most people watching can say the same. I would kind of like to assume that we all have a career, we all have a family, we all have hobbies, we all have things going on, we all have other things to worry about, we all have things that are just more important. Silver, at the end of the day, what is it to me? It's just a fun way of saving money. It's not something that I'm crumbling over not getting my hands on some. I have no problem going a couple weeks without picking up silver if I have to. Push comes to shove, I don't have a problem waiting it out a couple of months if that's what I need to do. Hey man, I got other things that I'm working on. I got bills to pay. I got books to read. I got papers to write. I got a job to go to. I got weights to lift. I got plenty of other stuff going on. Silver is not my grand total life goal. I do not wake up in the morning thinking about silver coins, and the coins don't come off my mind till my head hits the pillow at night. I got way more going on in my life than just prioritizing needing to get as much silver as possible. I got decades to get silver. So for the time being, when spot price is low, yes, in a perfect world, I would like to pick up as much as possible. But even though the price is low, premiums are pretty high. So in a time like this, I don't mind just kicking back and seeing what's going on and focusing on other areas of my life. Now, what if the premiums were not the reason that silver was like $30+? What if spot price went to $30+? What if spot price went to, $35, $40, $45, $50? We already know it's possible. It's already happened in the past. What would happen if that were to occur again? For me personally, once again, in a perfect world, I know we don't live in a perfect world over here, and I'm also not a financial advisor, by the way. In case you didn't know, nothing on this channel is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. But in a perfect world, which I know we do not live in, silver would go up, gold would either stay where it's at or preferably come down a little bit, and the gold to silver ratio gap would close in. If I'm lucky enough to catch that, I would take a portion of the silver and convert it into gold if I have the opportunity to. Not only to preserve those high silver spot prices, but to reduce the weight, reduce the bulk, and then silver goes back down, and I'll just go back to converting my dollars into silver. Silver goes back up, go back to converting silver into gold. Over the course of a couple of decades, ideally, that's what I would like to do. Use my paper fiat currency to acquire money, to acquire silver, and then, if I can time it right, take that silver and convert it into gold. That's the plan. But for the time being, that just doesn't seem like an option right now. Silver is still low. The premiums are pretty high. So if you want to get some silver, you're looking at definitely over 20 bucks. Probably $25 to $30, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And I have no problem waiting it out for the time being. I have no problem working on other projects. I have no problem doing other things. Silver, at the end of the day, is important to me. But I'm in absolutely no rush. Sure, I love to save my money. I don't like spending money. I like hanging on to as much as I can. But for the time being, I'll just save my currency. And when the premiums begin to actually make sense again, I'll have more dollar bills stacked up than I normally would to convert into silver, and then I can go and convert it into an even larger amount of silver. Once again, in a perfect world. I'm not saying that I know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen. Maybe silver's going to pop, maybe it's going to bounce, maybe it's going to come crashing back down again. I have no idea. I'm not a psychic, I'm not a precious metal expert, professional, or specialist. I'm definitely not a financial advisor, so once again, nothing on the channel is financial advice, obviously, but I want to know your thoughts for the long term. And I know that I get a lot of comments from people saying that they are, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, so I know your perspective isn't really the same as my perspective, coming from somebody who's in his 20s, who has decades and decades to go before even thinking about retirement. I get comments on my videos from people who are already retired. So obviously our priorities are different, our perspectives are different, and I'm curious, what are your thoughts right now with silver being at a solid price, but the premiums being pretty hefty right now? I know $30, $25, $30 isn't anything completely out of reach, but do you consider it to be slightly out of reach? Do you consider it to be just too much for you? Are you just going to wait it out for a little while? What are your thoughts, especially with everything going on right now? How is this impacting what you're going to be doing for the long term? Let me know in the comments. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, and many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know. Around $15, give or take, spot price plus $15 premiums. Is that an absolute no thank you? Or is that something that you're still going after regardless of what the premiums look like? What are your thoughts, and how is what's going on right now altering or tweaking or interfering with what you plan on doing for the long term? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.